Have you ever wondered what our ancient ancestors dined on during the Paleolithic era? Well, let's journey back to a time that spanned from 2.6 million years ago to around 12,000 years ago. This era, the Paleolithic or Stone Age, was marked by humans living as hunter-gatherers, forging a life amidst the wild, untamed elements. They relied heavily on their wits, strength, and an intricate understanding of their environment. It's a fascinating time, a period when survival required cunning, strength, and a deep understanding of the natural world. In the harsh and unpredictable environments of the Paleolithic era, food was not just sustenance, but a matter of survival. A time when humans lived off the land, foraging and hunting, their diet was as diverse as the landscapes they traversed. Wild plants were a staple, gathered by the handful, their leaves and roots offering nourishment. Fruits, ripe and succulent, were plucked from trees and bushes, their sweet and tart flavors a delight to the palate. Nuts, too, were a favored foodstuff, their hard shells cracked open to reveal the rich, protein-packed kernels inside. Insects, though not the most appetizing of foods to our modern tastes, were a valuable source of protein. From beetles to grubs, these tiny creatures were consumed in their thousands, providing essential nutrients to these early humans. The rivers and seas also provided an abundant food source. Fish, caught with bare hands or simple tools, were cooked over open fires, their flesh flaking off in delicious morsels. But it wasn't just the smaller creatures that were hunted. Large game, from woolly mammoths to aurochs, were pursued for their meat, their hides, and their bones. Even smaller game, like rabbits and birds, were caught and consumed. And then there were the dogs, man's best friend, one might say, but in the Paleolithic era, they were also a source of food. Indeed, the diet was diverse and largely dependent on geography and seasonality, but one might wonder, why dogs? The bond between humans and dogs is ancient and complex, dating back to the Paleolithic era. This era, often known as the Old Stone Age, was a time when humans were still hunter-gatherers, living in small, nomadic bands. The world was a challenging, often treacherous place, and survival was never guaranteed. During this time, dogs first entered the human world not as pets, but as partners. They were valued for their hunting skills, their keen senses, their speed. With a dog at your side, you were a more effective hunter, better able to provide for your band. Over time, this partnership deepened into companionship, as humans and dogs lived and worked side by side, sharing the struggles and triumphs of life on the move. Yet as deep as this bond was, there were times when it was tested, when the harsh realities of life in the Paleolithic era came into sharp focus. These were the winters, the lean times when food was scarce and survival hung by a thread. It was during these periods that dogs, once partners and companions, became a potential source of sustenance. It's a difficult concept for us to grasp today, the idea of consuming a creature that we regard as a member of our family. Yet for the people of the Paleolithic era, the decision to use dogs as a food source was likely born out of desperation, a last resort in the face of starvation. This wasn't a casual decision taken on a whim, it was a choice made in the shadow of the ultimate price, death. And it's a choice that speaks volumes about the harsh realities of life in the Paleolithic era, a time when survival was the only victory, and every decision was a matter of life or death. The decision to consume dogs was likely not taken lightly, a testament to the harsh realities of life during this time. In the face of such realities, the line between companionship and cuisine blurred, offering us a glimpse into the complexity of human survival during the Paleolithic era. The diet of our Paleolithic ancestors was a reflection of their environment, resourcefulness, and survival instincts. The Paleolithic era, a time of diverse dietary habits, bore witness to an intriguing interplay of necessity and opportunity. This period, often referred to as the Stone Age, was marked by the consumption of a vast array of foods, with the diet largely dependent on geographical location and seasonal availability. In the harsh reality of this era, dogs, man's best friend, played a dual role in society. They were not only companions and hunting aids, but also a vital source of nutrition. The consumption of dogs, while perhaps startling to us today, was a testament to our ancestors' adaptability and their will to survive against all odds. In the face of survival, our ancestors made choices that may seem unfathomable today. Yet they paved the way for the evolution of human dietary habits.